Welcome to the greatest colloquium captus in existence. I did a little slower that time. This is a nice, slow, easy day. It's Wednesday, man. We got to take it easy.
Day?
Hump day.
Remember
We're
that shit?
winding down so you can start the humping later. Just put this in the background.
All that humping was for yesterday, bro.
That's what I was about to say. Valentine's Day.
I forgot. I literally forgot. Anyways, we have the hold on. Give me a second. Mhm. The ultimate Riz calculator with the numerical nomenclature. Raytron Loverboy. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in Spanish. Like you were saying it in a romance language, and then you don't say it, or you.
Okay, guys, start over.
No, it's great. Nah, go. You gotta go next. Go next.
Oh man. Yeah, I should have said Omarion Uno Dos Tres because Omarion is the ultimate. He was the ultimate lover boy. Now he's.
Bro, I was actually just talking about Neo. Someone asked me, they were like, whatever happened to him? I was like, he took his Band-Aid off. He just disappeared.
I mean, Neo did not need to do that shit. He was doing that shit for fun. Nigga was already making money as a songwriter. He really did not need to become a musician. He did that just.
Did that for shits and gigs, huh?
Yeah, Trey Songz, same thing. He was already making money, and then he just went into doing what he was selling to people. Anyways, we have. I'm trying to think of what's what I could come up for EJ. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. The man with a plan. And if your question is if he can please you, yes, he can.
Oh, man.
The electric jolt, if you know what I mean, ladies. E to the J.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing up there? How y'all doing?
It took me a second. Oh, yes, he can. Oh, my God. Anyways. Oh, yeah, I forgot. And the strongest gym cell in the universe.
Gym cell?
Yeah, that's a term. The strongest gym cell in the universe. He who guards his private parts. Vanguard.
Rides again.
Oh,
maybe
Brian.
not.
Nah, he can't.
Maybe not, yeah.
He's guarding his private part.
Yeah, I just grind in private. That's the only thing. Grind in private.
Oh, man, this is the
most very private guy.
People gonna turn this on, hear all this shit, just turn it right off. They're like, that's enough of that today.
So this is the post-Valentine's Day stream. What did you guys do for Valentine's Day?
I went over to my friend's house to install something, and I didn't do it.
He was installing dick. That's what he was
No, I was not. I actually ended up watching the rest of the Last of Us show. Which
was it good?
So you would hate episode 3.
Oh jeez.
Because 1, 2, amazing.
Nah, he would hate episode 3 because he would find it pointless. He would find it pointless and unnecessary. I thought it was fine.
Why would I find it pointless?
Live action.
It's just a love story between two men.
Live action TV.
Yeah, I heard that second. Oh, you're like, oh.
Yeah, you're doing it. It's
yeah, crazy. I already don't like romance in general. So like between two dudes, you know, I'm just... It's gonna make me sound like a homophobe.
Nah, because there were some parts where even I was like, all right, like, y'all don't need to be making out this hard on screen, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I've seen like scenes in shows, bro, where they just go at it and they're just like bang, bang, bang and shit slamming shit around. I was like, okay, guys.
No, it was none of that. It was none of that.
Okay.
It was none of that. It was just like they were just really long makeout scenes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, maybe long is the wrong term. But it was just like, yo, bro, can y'all chill?
Like, I've never seen a gay person kiss like this in my entire life. It's like...
No, it wasn't even that. It was like,
yo, you have?
I haven't seen a straight couple do this on screen either. You know?
No, I've seen like in real life. I've seen gay men kiss and they peck each other on the cheek. I mean, on the lips, like every other.
No. I'm just like for a TV show, straight or gay, the length of the kiss scene was just too long. Like
Trying
I
to
was just like
Compassion.
I'd see them kiss. I'm like, okay, and I was like, oh, we still like, do I need to turn the lights down? Like, what's going on here?
trying to think if I've ever seen two guys
And it
just
wasn't even
going.
like a hard makeout. It was just like a, but for really long. Just
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think if I've ever seen two guys make out like that.
Why you trying to think about that so hard, man?
I don't think I've ever seen it in real life. I'm trying to think. I feel like I have, but I just can't
you
remember.
probably have.
Yeah.
No, no,
Probably
new
blocked it out.
Blocked it out. Okay, people gonna now they're gonna click off. Now they're gonna see that. Oh, and now, oh my god, these guys are part of the problem.
Now they're like, now
I
you're
mean, that
making
man is a
impressions.
problem. I don't have to tell you.
What about you, EJ? What did you do for Valentine's Day?
I was at work and I talked to other individuals that had Valentine's Day plans and how strenuous that those plans were going to be for them. And then I went home and then I lived my life as normal. And now I'm here reciting it all.
You make it sound depressing at
Yeah,
first
didn't
when you're like other people telling me about their Valentine's Day
Oh,
plans.
my dad went to. I guess he did it for my mom, but he went to the Lighthouse, some restaurant called the
Yeah.
Lighthouse, and I got some nice food from there. So
OG.
shout out to him getting me
Valentine's Day
food from.
You did get a Valentine's Day gift.
Bro, it was good too. It was some salmon, but I think on top that there was crab.
Yeah. Young Jay might be on soon.
Out there.
I didn't do shit for Valentine's Day either, man.
Go argue with some chicks.
Oh, that was after Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, I came home. I watched a movie, I guess, and the movie was kind of romantic. Once Upon a Time in Mexico had some romantic scenes in there. Well, I mean, the whole thing is about a love lost. But thank you for mentioning that because this is what I really want to talk about right now. I'm going to go on a little rant, right? So that conversation I had with these chicks was because here's the thing. I managed to piss off 3 different fucking women today. 3.
You love that.
Rookie
You
numbers,
love that,
bro.
though.
Rookie
You love
numbers.
that. That's what you're aiming for, right?
Not well. See, it can be kind of fun, but then when they start when they start taking it too seriously, and you're like, okay, relax. Like you guys are acting like I said it's okay to beat women or something. Like what's going on?
Didn't you?
So like one of them.
And then you,
Don't say that. Don't before someone clips that and ruins my life.
It's like we got them, boy.
Yeah. Before 3 years from now, someone brings it up like, "Is this you?" And I'm just like, "Damn." Anyways, it's guys. Remember, it's only okay to beat women when you're in the octagon. Anyway,
You didn't say an untrue statement, so
no, that's a little reference. You don't.
yeah, that was. Look, man, I remember the video.
But remember the other thing. Remember the thing that became. Remember the person switched over their gender and it was in there cracking skulls.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we don't have to get into it. That shit was hilarious. Oh no, actually, the cracking skulls part that shit made me wince. That was crazy. But the fact that it happened is weird. It's so weird. It's hilarious. Stranger than fiction. So yeah, Valentine's Day, man, is literally probably one of the most annoying holidays on the planet. And I don't like holidays. There are very few holidays that I enjoy. Christmas, I despise, and I only like Christmas. The only thing I like about Christmas is the music. And when I was a kid, I used to like the 25 days of Christmas movies because, like the little stop motion movies would come on. And I like seeing each of their takes on Santa Claus because there was always a movie about Santa and his family.
You just reminded me. There was a horror, or no, there was a rated R Christmas movie.
Oh, Violent
Silent.
Night. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Silent Night, but did you watch
Violent
it?
Night. The movie was cool. Yeah, I saw it. It was a cool movie. And apparently there was another one. That's the funny thing. Because when I saw Violent Night, I was like, yo, didn't they do that already? Then I Googled it, and Mel Gibson was in another movie about Santa Claus fighting like people trying to kill him. And I was like, holy shit, I gotta watch that one too. I was like, next Christmas, I'll watch that one. Because I watched Violent Night on Christmas. I specifically waited for Christmas and watched it on Christmas. It was nice. It was like a violent Home Alone starring Santa Claus. As a matter of fact, there's a nice scene in the movie. What is that? No. As a matter of fact, there's a nice scene in the movie where they kind of allude to the Home Alone stuff, except they show you like what would really happen. Like, how Kevin's little things were pretty much fucking murderous. Like his little contraptions were murderous. Hers were murderous. The people fucking died. Like they fucking died. They were getting fucked up. They were when they dropped on the nails, you saw that shit go straight into them and they were bleeding. Yo, crazy. When I saw the way one of the guys died, I was like, damn, you went out like a punk, bro. I was
You
like,
went
that
out
fucking
like a
8-year
punk.
old kicked your
Those
ass.
were your last words.
Yeah, I was like, that 8-year old kicked your ass, man. I wouldn't even be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if an 8-year old managed to kill me with some stupid, what's his name, Kevin McAllister? Some stupid Kevin McAllister shit.
Something like that, yeah.
But anyways, Valentine's Day. So there are several reasons, right? Each reason why I think Valentine's Day is annoying could be broken up into separate things. But one of the reasons is like my favorite phrase, as Ray knows, 'cause I say it all the time, and it's literally a rehearsed thing. Like I remember when I was in this conversation with these women, um, they were pointing out that the first thing I said was so fast, but the second thing I said I stopped and thought. And they were saying, "You see, he's lying because he's thinking." And I was like, imagine being so stupid that someone considering something. It's like in your world, people don't think. Like people don't stop and think. I guess people just fire off at the
Bro,
mouth
you be stopping
immediately.
to think?
Yeah. So, anyways,
Sounds fake to me.
the first thing I said, well, they asked me, okay, so what is love then? Like, what do you think about love? And then I said, love is a chemical reaction that induces momentary insanity. Then they're like, oh, and the other girl got mad. She fucking cursed at me. She cursed at me over this shit.
Great,
I'm like,
great
Hey,
progress. Great.
you're wilding. No, because
at
that
work,
was
bro?
crazy. That caught me off guard.
That's great. That's great.
She was like, oh, what? She called me a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
You should get some pushback
I
on that,
mean,
man.
she's not wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's
Great.
crazy. Because literally, she was like, oh, why would you list like you're not supposed to list a scientific definition. You got to list what it means to you, or say what it means to you. And I'm like, what if that's what it means to me?
Yeah,
Like,
scientific definition. Still the scientific definition. Yeah, still.
It's like, what if that's what it means to me? Like, imagine you were to ask somebody, what is the meaning of the universe? And he starts listing off like atomic principles and stuff. And then you get mad at him. He's like, this is what the universe means to me. I'm a fucking physicist. Like, what did you want me to say? You know? Anyways.
Also, honestly, the phrase itself is pretty just funny. It's just funny.
That's why I said it. And then when they got married, she gave me pushback on that too, because I was like, the phrase in itself is designed to elicit the exact reaction that it got out of you guys. I was like, it's meant to be. She was like, oh my god, this fucking guy. She was mad. She was mad.
Yes.
She was mad. No, but it's
Yeah,
fun.
she was mad, man.
No, you don't understand, Eric. This kind of stuff just makes
This
you look.
this sounds very fun. This sounds very
Yeah, but you know
entertaining.
what? It just made her look. The other two girls were like staring at her like something was wrong with her. So all she did was make herself look crazy.
So she had a moment of temporary insanity.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Oh, yo, young James.
Oh, there it is.
So, anyways, I say to her, so that she's like, I'm explaining to her that like, so she gets mad. She's like, so that's what you do? You just say things to get a reaction out of people. And I was like, oh, saying things to get a reaction out of people. Brand new. I'm the first person who's ever done that in my.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do that before. Like, I don't know, man. It seems not something most people would do.
Communication. What is a joke? A joke is something designed to get a reaction. When you say hi to somebody, what are you doing? You're doing a specific thing.
I don't know, man. It seems a little excessive, bro.
I'm telling you, man. These are the things that make me consider that I might actually be autistic, because I guess the way I see the world.
You got that fresh autism, bro.
Yeah, but anyways, the conversation goes on, and it just got me thinking, because it's like, one, I don't even think love is a real thing, to be honest. Like, I think you can feel fond of people and you can love them for a period of time, and then it fades, like everything else on the planet. Like every emotion fades. I think love fades like every single other emotion.
Happiness, sadness.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this is what I believe, right? And I think it can come back. It can probably come back. Why did he join the lobby? Anyway, just look at he's in the voice channel now. So anyway,
wait, what?
So there's that thing. But then the other reason is the holiday just exists.
How did he go to the wrong channel?
He's trying to fix things, bro. Let him fix it.
The holiday exists just to facilitate.
But he was right here, bro.
It facilitates corporatism. Like the whole thing just exists. So because here's the thing, right? Here's the worst thing that I found annoying. Because each and every woman that I talked to about this, even the one on the internet, you know what they kept saying, bro? Every time they were talking about why people should celebrate Valentine's Day, it's like, but your girlfriend, she deserves to feel special. So notice that.
Yes,
It's
I knew that was
always
coming.
about her.
I knew that was coming.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah, I knew
I
I
thought
knew
it
that
was
was
supposed to be
coming.
about relationships. What's going on? I thought it was about both. What's going on?
It's
Right? So
somewhat of a birthday for them. It's somewhat of a birthday for them.
it's
It's
somewhat
a
of a
birthday
birthday. They get
film.
an extra birthday. So
You celebrating the love that you have for them.
yeah.
You know,
So anyways, and look, Young Jay's wearing red too. The Valentine's Day.
Is this camera on? Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
yes, here's that. But anyways, so there you go, right? But each of them are talking about it from the women's perspective, and it's like, oh, a guy should like treat his lady or something, some shit like that, and then so it's like it just got me thinking. It's like the whole thing is like designed for men to go rush out and buy all this shit and spend all this money and keep that shit going. You already spend a shit ton of money on your girlfriend every year. Like you can really pull up the fucking stats to show that, right? And heck, the way when these girls be bragging to me about what they're the
the
shit
cash
these
grab.
do for them. Anyways, so then the other thing I hate about it is it's fake. It's fucking false. Just like Christmas, where every year people do the thing, they pretend to care about each other, they give each other the gifts, then they go back to being disrespectful to their own family members and friends for the rest of the year, right? That's what they do on Valentine's Day. All these people come together, they do the baby making, they play the music, they got the candles, the chocolate. Here, have this diabetes inducing chemical and this child's toy. It's like, here, congratulations, right?
Vanguard. Just quick question. Who hurt
Yeah.
you?
Oh, yep,
Who
about
hurt
that.
you?
That happened, bro. That happened immediately. That's one of the first things one of them said to me. Like, oh, that's something you say. Oh, the way you're acting, it's like it's the way someone acts when they've hurt you. And I was like, okay, now here's one. There are several reasons why I hate that argument in
You done
itself.
like Saeed for a second.
Yeah, oh Jesus. No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say something, but we're just gonna. Anyways, look, we're just gonna walk right past that one. So here's the thing, right? That argument in itself is dumb because the first part, even if someone hurt you, right, it does not remove the validity of your argument. That's the first part. Makes no sense. You're not
it,
attacking the argument. You're
it,
just saying, what were you saying?
it can. No, it can to a degree. Because like you
It
seen the
depends.
movie. You seen the movie Hitch, right?
Yes,
Like
but here's the thing.
yeah.
Imagine a woman says to you, right, that rape is a dangerous. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. ERAP is a dangerous thing, right? ERAP is a dangerous thing, and there should be things to stop it from happening. Blah blah blah. And you say to her, "Who hurt you?" You're gonna sound like a fucking retard, right?
You
You're gonna
don't
sound
sound
like
like
a
a
fucking
monster, bro.
retard. Yeah, you're gonna sound like a
Bro,
fucking
sound like a
retard.
monster.
A monster and an actual retard. Because what did she say? You didn't attack her argument at all. Why would you even want to attack that argument in any way? Although we know a guy who might want to attack. We're gonna. That guy was weird. We're not gonna get into that. But so there's that part of it, and then there's the part that even if someone has gained a profound insight from being hurt, that does not mean the insight in itself was not profound. Like many great
That's true.
thinkers, yeah, exactly. Many great thinkers have reached their points because they were hurt. Many of the great feminist thinkers of the 20th century, they reached those ideas. And I have nothing against feminism. I know people like to harp on feminism all the time and act like it ruins society, but no. If you think feminism caused this shit, you're a fucking idiot. Like there's much more there's much more conditions that mix together to make society the weird clusterfuck that it is today. Um, but like there were a lot of feminists that would say things that made sense. Like I would literally sit there reading some of the things they said and think, oh, that's actually sensible, right? Um, and like many of them experienced those things because things happened to them, and then they would gain these ideas after, right? So then I remember they were like, "Oh, like someone must have hurt you," and I was like, "Not really," because like, sure, I've had shitty experiences in relationships, but I don't feel like nothing. Only one scenario can I think of where it was so shitty that it would have caused something like a severe reaction, and even then, it's like I used to. Ray can tell you I've been talking like this since I was in high school, so it's like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
The
they
only
don't know
reason
that
I'm
though.
friends with this man is because the government told me I needed to watch him. So
Yes, keep an eye on me. Yeah, but so like
They don't know that though.
yeah, it doesn't
well,
matter
I
if
was
he
trying.
knows, bro. Because
It
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter.
watch him regardless. Like
It doesn't matter. It does well in their case. It actually doesn't matter because it's a bad faith argument. They don't care that anyone hurt you. They're trying to shame you. The idea is you're going to shut up now and be embarrassed because they said you were hurt. I'm not retarded, so that never works with me. But anyways, so the thing is, right? Um, what do you call it? I said to them, no, a lot of my ideas would come from me thinking very deeply about stuff, and I was like, from philosophy, I'd read and listen to a lot of philosophy, and they're like, so you get all your ideas from philosophy, and I'm like, not all of them, but I mean, like, some of them, I guess. Like, what do you? How is this a problem? Like, why is this a problem now? Why is it a problem for me to get my ideas? What should I be fucking watching reality TV? And that's the credo I use.
I guess they're trying to make that argument that you're pretty much making these arguments by consuming too much of one thing instead of just getting information from different sources. They think that you're one of those people that, like, I don't know, like the red pill people that just consume a bunch of
I was
red pill content, and then they don't open themselves up to different perspectives.
now I was
And
telling them like,
I guess they try to put you in that
well,
pocket.
because I made the point to the girl. She was saying the stuff you're saying ain't nobody talking like that unless they've been heard. And I was like, look, I can show you 20 different 19th century philosophers who are saying what I'm saying verbatim. And I was like, I
Mm.
was saying the stuff, I would say a lot of the stuff before. And then I would read, not meet. It's almost like meeting them. When you read some of these philosophers' texts, how in depth they get sometimes, they get real personal. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like literally meeting them. It's like you're having a conversation with them. Um, and I was saying that, and she goes, "Yeah, but they were hurt." And I was like, "Are you like what's going on here? Like, there's no lights on up there apparently."
He's like, hello? Anyone
Yeah.
here?
So yeah, that's the thing is, it's like it's a fake holiday, Valentine's Day, and these people go right back to being shitty because these same people who are attacking me, right? So I'm gonna give you some interesting things. The tea here. They're never gonna see this,
The
so it doesn't
tea.
matter.
I hope they don't, man. I hope they don't, because
I
Nah, I
do
want
not
them to
give
see
a
it,
bashing them
fuck.
on
bro. I
here.
Yes,
want them
they
to see
do.
it.
They really need to hear this. I
You've
was
been
holding
bashing them
back.
on here for a
When one of
minute.
them cursed at me, I was holding back. I was like, I could really destroy you.
Yeah, you said this good material for the podcast. Keep going.
Yeah, yeah. Like, literally, I'm literally coding everything in my head. Like, yep, talking about this on stream later. Talking about this on stream. Anyways,
It's just so
so here's
funny.
the
He's
funny
like,
thing.
damn, she don't know I got a podcast. It's cooks for this.
You see, no, you see, like the fucking light Yakubi meme. Like Yakubi, no, I can't laugh yet.
Yeah. In the back of his mind, it's like, yeah, I'm frying her later. I'm frying her later.
No one gonna know
I
her
would have done it
name or
there,
what she
but
look like, but she gonna get cooked, bro.
I would have done it there, but work, and
uh,
on top of that,
nah, don't
women.
affect your dollars. Don't let it affect your
Exactly. And
dollars.
women, you cannot a woman can go as far as hell with you, but if you try to meet her at the same level, you're gonna get in trouble. So it's like you gotta be careful. You can't say the same thing. You can't have the same energy.
Or put in jail. Or put in jail if you try.
No, I'm not even saying hit or anything. Like
uh,
if she's dissing the shit out of you, saying crazy stuff, and you try to meet her with the same energy, people are gonna come for you and act like you did something wrong when
Yes,
she was
you did
doing the
something
same
wrong.
shit
How
to
dare
you.
you?
But anyways, so one of them,
Crazy.
right?
Insanity,
Literally
man.
always talking to different niggas with her love of her life, her Valentine, talking to niggas all the time. Be telling me about, oh yeah, this one guy I be talking to, he got kids, and I'm just trying to, and I was,
What?
yeah,
You got what?
oh yeah. And then the other one, right? This is the same girl I was telling you about, who was mad at her boyfriend, venting to me about her boyfriend personally. Remember I told you she said to me, "Oh, it makes me just want to fuck someone."
Yep.
Her
Yeah.
first thought
That was
was
same
that she
girl.
should go
Same
fuck
one.
someone else, right? Okay, so you got that.
Catches her man watching videos, and she's like, "Damn, I should just go and just." I
Yep. And
can't even.
you know why she was saying that to me? That was supposed to be bait. I was supposed to
Yep.
be retarded
He was
and
supposed to
jump
be
on the
like,
hook.
"Hey, we can go take care of that right now." Type shit.
I can help with that. That's what I was going to have, but I did not. I was like, I'm not taking bait, you crazy bitch. It's like, I'm not gonna. I was like, I'm gonna stick my stuff inside of you and become crazy by association. You're gonna fucking infect me.
the look on his face, that was priceless. That was priceless.
Anyways, and then the other one has a jail boom, and she was just telling me the other day about how me and my guy, we so close, it's like we friends. First of all, that was already dangerous language to me. I was like, I don't like that phrasing. Well, whatever. So these are the people. These are the healthy, amazing relationships that we should be using Valentine's Day to celebrate. And I found that shit so funny. But then here's the icing on the cake. Now I'm gonna read something to you guys, and you tell me if this wasn't a crazy thing to say, because I feel like this is the kind of stuff that if you said this in the hood, it'd be a great way to get the taste slapped out of your mouth, right? So gonna read you something this woman said. Where is it? 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 Okay, so it's like I was like, she was like, "Oh, this girl was like, you don't respect anyone, you poo head." And then now I was being facetious because this argument was becoming tedious, and I was just playing around. I was like, "Except myself," and she goes, "Not even worth it in my opinion." This is not the part. So that part I was like, "Ah, whatever. This is lame stuff. It's just, these are small potato kind of insults,
Some
right?"
schoolyardist stuff, right?
And I was like, so then I was like, but generally speaking, the only woman who gets a V-Day gift is my mother, which is true. Every Valentine's Day, I give her something, but I don't give, because my mom, my mom is
She's
a
your mom.
woman who gave birth to me, took care of me, and is the one woman in your life who will probably be around forever. Like other women come and go. Your mom will be there. Like you could really disrespect your mother. You could look your mother in the eye and be like, "You stupid bitch, I hate you,"
Please
and
don't do
run
that.
away.
Just don't do
Don't
that,
do that.
though.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't do
But
that.
you could
Don't
come
go
back.
testing this out.
Don't test it out, but you can come back 5 years later with your tail between your legs, and she'll just be like, "Come on in."
I'm like, come, I just made dinner.
She'll always forgive you. Your father, he might smack the shit out of you and like never forgive you, but your mother, you can get away with a lot. Your dad, you might be pushing it. Your dad might throw the hands with you if you do something crazy to him. Anyways,
You want to act
I
like big
responded
man,
she
you're gonna act like
disagreed
big
with this.
man.
I would respond. I said she disagreed with this when she was like, she said to me, "Not even worth it. That I'm not worth respecting." And then she says, "She has to. You ruined her body. She's nothing else left." Tell me that's not crazy.
That's crazy. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy to
To
say.
say that about someone else's mom is like,
That's crazy. Now imagine no, I don't know this woman, but imagine I was some crazy hood nigga now, right? And imagine she said this. Well, she would never say it to my face because that's how people are, right? But imagine she said it to my face. What do you think would happen if she said that to a hood nigga's face who is crazy? What do you think he's gonna? Or no, he doesn't have to be crazy. Just a really hood guy. What do you think he's gonna do?
well, he
What do you think
has
he's gonna
to.
do?
He's gonna do what he must.
Exactly. Exactly. He's gonna lose his shit, right? Because that's something crazy. So I just respond. This you guys are gonna love this shit. I said to her, because again, I said to her, great things cannot come to pass without sacrifice. Behind every great man is a ruined woman.
You're just a clown, bro. You're a clown.
Oh,
So, anyways, rant over. That shit. I was thinking about that for a long time because I was a little bit seething towards the end. But it annoys me because one of the guys in our group, you know, he messaged me privately, like offline from the group chat that I was in, and he was pretty much, kind of congratulating and like basically I was saying the things that he wanted to say, but he's scared to say them. So I'm, sometimes you got to be the champion that other people need in the moment.
You champion is that charge, bro?
Yeah, I played that role a lot of times. Not to toot my own horn.
Yeah.
I'll be the champion that people need.
The champion that is not the champion they deserve. the champion they
That
need right
that
now.
they need. That they need, man.
Yeah.
Call
As
me
the movie-
Tyson, man. Call me Tyson out here.
As the fucking you don't remember the Dark Knight? The hero, not the hero they deserve, the hero they need right now.
There you are.
Thanks.
But anyways, so yeah, that was my Valentine's Day experience, and that if they were trying to get me to have respect for the holiday, they just obliterated any respect. They made me double down on everything.
But that would be very reactionary on your part. That would factor into what they were saying earlier about,
I do
oh,
not.
who hurt you? Who
not-
hurt you? If
I
you
do
react in
not-
that manner, that would be the who hurt you
give
argument.
a rat's ass. They violated. It is not just.
Yeah.
No, the ruined mom thing. That shit.
No, that was actually insane.
I was about to violate. Like I got really angry for a split second, and then I was just like, and I calmed myself down. I was like, you gotta remember, this dumb bitch is white. That's the first part. She doesn't understand. To her, it's not. It doesn't. And she's British. They don't have the same. She doesn't get it. I was like, she doesn't get it. Just let her have this one. Because I cannot imagine a black woman saying some stuff like that to some guy. She'd probably be scared to say it. So yeah, man.
But it's also just wild to just think that about someone. It's like, oh, once you have birth, you're a ruined person.
Yeah, that's also the crazy part, Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like, how do you fix your mouth to say some shit like that, bro? Like, I really don't understand.
I was just telling somebody how that's our favorite phrase. How do you fix your mouth?
By fixing your mouth to say it.
But jeez,
I can't be fixing my mouth to say
crazy, man.
some
These people
real
are nuts, man. Like I
goofiness like
understand,
that,
right?
bro.
Because part of the conversation I have with these people is like, oh, you should respect. They're one of the reasons why you should treat your woman to Valentine's Day, right? Even if I literally said to her, I'm literally against the holiday as a concept. I was like, the holiday as a concept is stupid to me and annoying, right? That's what I said. I was like, that's why I don't partake. I was like, why would I partake in something I think is dumb? I was like, that makes no sense. It's like, because then why am I doing it, right? Like, it's not my fault. I'm a genuine person and I'm motivated by genuinely wanting to do things, right? And then she says to me, "Oh, well, you should be considerate of the feelings of others." And I'm just like, just because you consider other people's feelings does not mean you have to bend the knee to their feelings. I was like, that's a terrible argument,
It's
right?
true.
Like,
You do not have to just, well, they like this thing, so I should like do this thing. Like it,
exactly. Like the thing, the way
there's
I
a little
try,
give and take, right?
yeah, give and take. Obviously, like there are certain, like as I explained to her, I was like, if there are clear boundaries when I'm seeing a woman, clear boundaries she has, right? Of course I'm gonna respect those boundaries. Like I'm not gonna cross boundaries and be a dick. I'm gonna listen to her and like respect her boundaries, and there are general things I'll do to make her feel happy, of course, right? But it's funny because the way I tried to explain this to her, I was like, imagine if, because she was like, oh, your girl is going to be with you and she's going to see other girls getting a gift on Valentine's Day and it's going to make her feel unwanted, which is very fucking stupid. If
Yeah, that's
all it
goofy.
takes is
That's a
one
goofy.
day for you to decide that you're not wanted, one day, one day in your relationship, oh, they do that stuff, my boyfriend must not love me. So you're fucking retarded. But beyond that, right? I was like, imagine if you as a person, let's say I said to her, like, imagine this is a woman. I said, imagine you did not like giving blowjobs. Like, you don't like giving head, right? It's not something you're into. Like, it's a disgusting experience for you. You don't like doing that, right? And your boyfriend says, but other people do it. If you don't give me blowjobs, it means you don't love me. Like, it's the same retarded argument, right? It's the same argument. It makes no sense. You literally explain to him that you're against this specific thing. You do not like doing it. Maybe you even have moral reasons. Maybe you're a fucking die-hard like religious person, and in your religion, it literally prohibits you from doing that, right? That form of sodomy, right?
It's not
And
sodomy, bro.
oh no, sodomy is any orifice besides the vagina being
I
literally that's
thought
what it means.
I thought sodomy. Well, yeah, that's a separate conversation.
Is
Yeah.
it?
But anyways, um but yeah,
Might have to fact
imagine
check
how a
that.
guy made that argument. Would he not be an asshole for trying to bait his girlfriend into doing something like that?
Yeah,
Would not be emotional manipulation? Well,
yeah.
nah,
What are you gonna do,
whatever.
man? What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, what do you that's how often I say that? I be saying that all the time. I look at them, I literally look at them, I'll start talking about something, I'm like, yeah, what are you gonna do? I do it all the time. I'm like, I'll talk about something that's annoying, and I was like, yeah, what are you gonna do? It's like you just let it go. Sometimes you just rant about it and just let it come off your shoulders. But I don't know, guys.
You don't have to go back and forth. That's the thing, man. You be doing too much of the back and forth for people, man. It don't be these issues don't be important. They don't be relevant. It just be. I guess these are fun things for you to do to pass the time throughout the day. That's probably what it is, right?
And also, it's just to me, I like having conversations. I enjoy having. So, like, I will discuss something with
Even
someone.
if it leads to you getting cursed out.
Yes, see, I'm thinking it's gonna be like when I'm talking to you guys, where we can have a normal, civil conversation. But then people will start getting mad at me so fast sometimes. And I was like,
You,
yo, you
you, you
get
do have a way of delivering your points. They could be taken harshly. They could be
I guess,
taken harshly.
I guess, because these people will go from 0 to 100 mad fast. Like I was like, because the internet is a fucking virus. This shit has gotten in their heads. These idiots communicate in real life now, like how people do on the internet. Like how people always make fun of how people on the internet are retarded, and you always see these retarded comment section arguments. They talk like that in real life now, bro.
Mm.
That's how they talk in real life. There's no difference anymore. You discuss something with someone in real life, it's like you're in a YouTube comment section. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. and it's funny because literally just before I had that discussion, I was saying to someone else how like it's weird to me that I can't have discussions with people anymore without them trying to shame me or getting fucking really angry out of nowhere. I was like, they'll just jump immediately to trying to make you feel bad for whatever point you're trying to make. Like they never try to attack your argument anymore. They jump straight to attacking you as a person immediately. Immediately. Hmm. Like I'll never forget that. And before we move on to the actual main topic, I remember it was me and Ray, and we were with this guy, and they were talking about like I won't get into the specifics, but we were talking about sexual experiences, and like Ray talks about his sexual experience, right? And the guy he says, "I'm not trying to invalidate your sexual experience," but the next sentence out of his mouth is like, "Okay, so let me tell you why you were wrong." I was like, "What?" It's like you you said you weren't trying to invalidate his experience,
Nah,
but you're
sometimes you just gotta tell
invalidating
people why
it,
they're wrong, bro.
huh?
Sometimes you gotta tell people why they're wrong.
And I was like, how the fuck can someone be wrong about a sexual experience? I was like, it's a very personal thing.
Nah, bro.
How can
Sometimes
you
I
be
was just
wrong
wrong.
about
I
that?
don't even know what you're talking about, but I was wrong. Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
anyway,
learned something that day.
speaking of sexual experiences and relationship dynamics, I want to get to the main topic today. What do you? Oh, I'm going to start with Young Jay because he might be the newbie here, getting his cherry popped.
Really, really, you gonna say that?
Couldn't resist.
Bro,
Couldn't
I
resist.
haven't heard somebody say that in a long time, bro.
So,
Who even used that anymore?
so do you know anything about the red pill, Young Jay? What? Oh,
Ah
you lost
man,
sound.
Is he muted?
backing up the audio. Nah, you're not muted. He was doing the
Yes.
same thing
I'm
from
not
before.
muted.
Oh,
Wait, what did you
it's can
say?
hear you now.
Oh, he's just real low.
You know?
Oh, the red pill. Yeah, we can hear you a little bit. Turn it up a little more. A little more.
I turned it up, Max.
Alright. How's that?
Yeah. All right. So,
Hear you clearly.
do you know
Yeah.
anything about the red pill, Young Jay? It happened again. What's going on?
Damn.
Interesting.
That's the only red pill I know about.
Oh,
Yeah, you just came on now. Yeah, we
probably
heard
reference
that
the
last
Matrix.
sentence.
You probably said something
Government,
about
government didn't want him to finish that sentence. That's why.
anyways, the red pill in general is this whole idea about seeing the truth about I guess about women and gender dynamics and in really reality in general because the hell my mouse stopped working.
Originated in the Matrix, so and then people.
Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah, because these guys actually it is a reference to the Matrix, yeah. But these guys actually believe that that society is, as they say, gynocentric, and they aim to expose this, right? And hold on, I'm pulling up the agendas now, so I can not be talking out of my ass. But like, don't get me wrong, right? I think the red pill has its place, and I think Abba made a similar point, right? Um, where he was talking about how like the red pill, there's some things in there that make sense, right?
Kernels of
But
truth.
what'd you say?
The little kernels of truth.
Yeah, kernels of truth. But the thing is, I feel like it becomes very what's the word? Wait, what the fuck just happened? Anyways, I feel like it becomes very what's the word I'm looking for? Like a lot of charlatans invade the space, and then that's when it starts to become stupid. When it's like when these guys jump, what the hell? I just did something. Okay, there we go. Sorry, something's. I'm having a little technical difficulties here. Um, I gotta shrink this. All right. Anyways, better. So like, yeah, it ends up becoming this thing where like these charlatans enter the space and they start trying to sell you products, and they're like these snake oil salesmen, and they're the ones that give a lot of the red pill information a bad name. And like the thing is with the advent of these snake oil salesmen, because the red pill initially, when I first ever discovered this kind of stuff when I was like a kid, it didn't even have anything really to do with relationship stuff. Like there was relationship stuff in there, but a lot of the red pill stuff I read about had to do with conspiracies and the government. Like this was when I first discovered that idea of take the red pill, right? It was like exposing the world. But then with the advent of these snake oil salesmen, the relationship aspect became the most important part of it. And they're trying to sell these guys pickup artist courses and trying to trying to teach them how to be real men. Stuff like that. Remember that video I showed you guys, where it was the guy and his girlfriend, and what did he do? Oh, well behaved. He takes her to
Oh
the
yeah,
restaurant.
yeah. That was goofy. That was goofy.
Oh my god! I mean, what do you guys think about the? Why don't you guys sum up your experiences or assumptions of the red pill?
Like most of the by the time I discovered the red pill, right, it was full blown Andrew Tate. All the people on the internet just like saying like the most ridiculous shit, right? And if that is what you're like introduced to, you really will look at it and be like, yo, what the actual hell is this? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, you really just like don't know what's going on most of the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. What about you, EJ?
Same for me. Once I realized, I mean, I seen the Matrix, but I didn't know that people were still using that concept of, the red pill and being, in this warped reality and not really coming to terms with real life or being living in a fantasy, so to speak. And I didn't know that, about the Andrew Tates of the world and how these kind of guys were running rampant. And so when by the time I found out what the red pill was, it was just those extreme examples instead of being introduced to content where it was just a base level understanding of it, or a base level approach to changing your worldly view on how you understand certain things. And I think that was the misleading part for not, I didn't get swept up in it, but anyone that did get swept up in it, that was the misleading part, I would say, because when you have people like Andrew Tate or these other content creators that are just all over um your recommendations or wherever it is that you consume this content, it's kind of hard to I guess ease yourself into that ideology. So
Hmm. You have a cousin who's fond of red pill stuff, right?
uncle,
Uncle, yeah.
yeah.
Have you talked with him about red pill things in depth?
I mean, he would come over my house and tell me about not just relationship stuff, but um, like I guess the red pill as a whole. When you were talking about like in your early upbringing, how it was other aspects of life that that it was looking at from a different point of view. And he would tell me about the red pill side of things when it came to politics, definitely when it came to relationships, and just society in general, how that perspective is. He told me about some of the other perspectives as well, and I think everybody comes into it differently. It might come from a place of hurt that, as you were saying, carries some profound insight. It also might come from a place of like biasness where you were too hurt by that experience, and like the females that you were talking to at work try to categorize you and put you into that space of people that share those thoughts because of that particular experience. So I think it's just for me, I like to consume. I'm just like someone that likes to consume all of this information, not necessarily put it to use, but see if it has um any relevance to how I see the world. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that idea about forcing people into boxes that creates a lot of um what they would call red pill and incel types. A guy shares an opinion that they don't like, they force him into a narrow box, and he gets angry. He doubles down, and he really starts trying to become what they were accusing him of being. That happens a lot.
It's
But I
easy
guess,
for people to label you. It's easy for people
yeah,
to
yeah,
label you.
very easy,
Yeah.
yeah. But I guess I'll. So what about Young Jay? What is? How would you describe? If you don't have to answer this if it's too personal, but how would you describe your relationship history?
I would describe my like the first half. I think it would. The perfect way to describe it was era because at that time I was like this is something that I wouldn't admit, but I was attracted heavily to like hood rats, like women that lived in the projects. Like I literally had crushes on them. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I was like, yo, I was super
Jesus.
attracted to them. But it was like the more you see how their personality is, the more unattractive they can become, you know? So I'll give you a perfect example. There was this girl that I was talking to at the time. We were talking stage, baby. So I came and she started asking me for money. Asking me for money, and I told her that I try to money that I did. She started acting so mean, you know. I'm like, so her attitude just switched, and then when I gave her the $20, she just started nice again. So that instantly let me know off rip was like, yeah, this is the type of women that I cannot be, you know, associating myself with. Like they cool and whatever because they put you on game. And nowadays, women like that are now thinking like men. So now they know what type of tricks and antics that we up to. So it's like it's kind of hard to like just like, but that's not the type of stuff that I'm into. So it's like trial and error. That's the perfect way to describe it.
So what kind of women do you go for now? Oh, now we lost everything.
Yeah, the government didn't want us to
Yeah.
know that. They didn't want us to know what that was.
Wait, what did you say, Young Jay?
Yeah, no, it's a secret,
Really?
bro. We don't got enough knowledge to understand what you're
That's
saying.
crazy. Now, that's crazy how it cut off at the same spot again. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it sounds like a lot of us, you know, a lot of men. I think a lot of men enter the red pill space, and as men in general experience this, where you have these very naive viewpoints on, you know, gender dynamics, right, and the world at large, but gender dynamics. And well, when it comes to me, the world at large, there were a few situations, like things that usually it was things I saw right in front of me, or things I was reading about that would
Yo,
really
who got
get
that
me
plane
like,
flying over their house right now?
Yeah,
was that
somebody
you?
echo.
I don't think that's me.
Go on.
Anyways, so yeah, basically, I'll get back to the main point. I was about to probably go off on a ramble. So yeah, we have our very naive views on relationships, and we don't have very clear boundaries yet, and that kind of thing. And we each go through our little clown phase. Something stupid happens. We get into a few stupid situations. We're like, yeah, we can't live like this. Does it? And then you get snapped into reality. So I feel like every guy has their red pill stage, like something that red pills them. Maybe they don't go full on, you know, into it, but they each get red pilled in some way. You guys, I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Well, if you're talking about the red pill and you're talking about it in like a term of like some sort of understanding, right? Like you're no longer trying to like be a super simp. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna go through life, you're gonna be attracted to a certain type of person. You're gonna find out that you were attracted to those type of people for all the wrong reasons, and
yeah,
you're gonna develop an ideology like I should avoid those kind of people. And that's
yeah,
basically the gist of what a lot of the red pill people are talking about in terms of relationships anyway, where they're like, look man, these certain types of people, they're not good for you. They don't want to see you do well type shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually touching into the other thing, because a lot of time, like, you know, the Andrew Tate types talk about plugging out of the matrix, right? You're plugging out of the matrix. You take the red pill, you're plugging out of the matrix, and you're being dumped. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you guys remember the Matrix, the whole process. You get dumped out of the thing and you fall down the vat, and now you're in the real world, you know. um, but I feel like in this version of reality, all that happens is they plug out one wire out of their head and plug in another one, and then they get thrust
Yeah.
into another simulation, right? Because then you're just convinced of a bunch of other shit that does not matter. Because it's like you get thrust into this war, right? And like, you know, you have all this contention and disagreement that is mostly manufactured, right? Because a lot of the red pill guys, they teach these men that I guess like the way you fix your life is you have to become alpha, and then you could like dominate your woman and all that kind of stuff, right? And by being red pill, it's supposed to fix things, but it hasn't. It's made things worse. Like all the women are now becoming very reactionary in response to red pill stuff, and the red pill people are becoming more reactionary in response to the women becoming reactionary, right? So the problems they aim to solve, they only worsen to them. And on some level, I think that's by design. It was like when I initially wrote about this in the in the agenda, I described it as everything is a meme and your crusade is entertainment, right?
I
And I was like,
mean, it is though, and like you're absolutely right about how everything's super reactionary, because they're not listening to what the real message is, right? They'll just take it for surface level. If someone says don't date single moms, they're just like, what's wrong with a single mother? It doesn't. They're not hearing the part is like, don't date single moms who don't take care of their kids, who are working like dead end jobs, or like, but at the same time are going out and spending money and going to Beyonce concerts. Like,
yeah,
yo, bro, that person does not have their priorities right. If they're working at Taco Bell, they're buying Beyonce tickets, bro. The Beyonce concert, thousands of dollars for a seat, thousands of dollars, and it's like, look, real talk. If you're working in a fast food job, you shouldn't be spending thousands of dollars on entertainment. Like
yeah,
that's some
people
real
can't.
shit. Like I'm not saying you can't go and enjoy yourself, but you don't got it to spend thousands of dollars, bro.
Even if
You
you
can go
save
watch
up,
a movie. Go ahead, go watch a
Wait,
movie.
say, let's respond to EJ's comment.
I didn't hear what he said. Go ahead. What did you say
EJ,
again?
say it again.
say even if you save up for it.
Yes, yes, bro. Think about it. You saved up to go to a Beyonce concert. Like you didn't think about like what else you got going on. Like what else you got to do. What else you got to could be using that money for. Like you gonna
What if
go
this is a
spend the
person?
thousands of dollars to go to the Beyonce concert
Now, when I
before you
say
got
this,
like a house to lay like your head in. Like
yeah,
that's crazy to me.
when I say this, I know how unlikely this is, right? But let's say this person is working a dead end job, but they're very fiscally responsible and they've been saving money for a while and they have a savings account and all that stuff. Are they then allowed to save up for the Beyonce?
If you want to talk about this fringe case where this person has a specific savings account that is separate and like everything else is Gucci gang and they're on the
I like it.
side
It's
had
a French case.
it's a fringe case, bro. Because it's a real fringe case for this person to be very fiscally responsible and then also had saved up enough money to go to this Beyonce concert. Because then, yeah, what I'm gonna do? Be like, so you can spend your money however you want, right? Like, say you didn't do anything fun for like an entire year just so you can go to that Beyonce concert. That shows a
so
level of dedication.
so Ray, you saying most people that work fast food jobs ain't fiscally responsible?
No, see, this is the thing I was just talking about because he's focused on the surface level. He's not. I was talking about the people who are fiscally irresponsible. I didn't say people who work fast food jobs are fiscally responsible. You know, I'm just saying like if you were working a fast food job and your priority is the Beyonce concert over all of the other responsibilities you have, you are fiscally irresponsible.
He kind of did exactly what you were saying. The women do in response to red. Yeah, very very female behavior.
Hey man,
I mean,
I just wanted
he
to
does have
clarify.
a
I
point.
wasn't trying to
He
assume
does
it. I
have
wanted
a
to
point.
clarify. My fault. Go ahead. My fault.
What were you saying, Young Jay? You can have
You
to repeat.
know,
Yeah.
I said yes, he does have a point because which there's their kids like some designer, like fashion designer shit. And they don't even know, the kids don't even know that they're wearing fashion designer. Like they would want some Spider-Man sneakers or some X-Men sneakers or probably some Skechers. Or they'll just, but the mother would just go out and buy them like Gucci sneakers or whatever, just to put up a picture on social media and be like, oh, yeah, my kid is all fly and stuff. So it's like, yeah, if you working in a job like that and you thinking like that, then you clearly don't have your priorities straight.
Hmm. And it's like Preach said in one of the Advent Preach videos. They be dressing up like the man who left them.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, on one hand, I agree with you guys, but then also I feel like people should be allowed to enjoy themselves.
See, I literally said that specific thing. I was like, I'm not saying you cannot enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But the specific situation, I'm talking about those Beyonce tickets are thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
But that's what I said. You can go watch a movie. You can go out to a nice restaurant. Go ahead. Like, you can do those things.
If that's the only way they can enjoy themselves, is that a problem?
If that's that's why I said if that's the only thing you do, you saved up for you didn't do nothing else, but that's the real thing you really want to do. What I'm gonna do?
I mean, with the single mother thing, I mean, generally speaking, when the Red Pill guys say this, I do think they're saying literally like as a straight rule, don't date single mothers, right? And on one hand, I mean, come on, we can all agree that there's a case to be made for not dating single mothers in general, because like Ray said, okay, EJ, I want to hear you make a case for why men should date single.
I want to hear your case, and then I'll go back to listening to the rest of your speech.
I'm saying you should not date single mothers.
That's what I'm saying. I want to hear your case. I'll go back to
single mothers. Okay. So, generally speaking, as well, the Red Pill guys have a whole list of things. I'm going to say my personal reasoning, right? So, as Ray said, a single parent in general is probably going to have financial difficulties. But even if you look at the stats, single mothers have financial difficulty is very common in that sector, right? So one, they already have financial difficulties. That means if you go to date one, you're pretty much absorbing their financial hardships because you're going to be helping them. That's just how it works. If you're going to enter a relationship with someone, you're taking on their burdens, and you and the guys are now going to share burdens, right? So you have that. Then now you have the extra level of now you must build a relationship with this kid, because if you're going to be with this woman long term, there's going to come a time where you're going to be in this kid's life. If you're just going to smash and dash, that's a whole nother story. But if you're dating this woman, you're going to be part of her kid's life. So now you have to consider you're now taking on the burden of literally raising a kid, right? I mean, if his father's still in the picture, it's a little less, but you're still going to be kind of this person's father, because even I know lots of women and people who have like stepfathers and then have their real fathers, and they kind of still think of their stepfathers as like another dad. Like, it's not like that stupid shit you see in the movies where like, you're not my real dad, like that shit, doesn't happen. So yes, you have that part. You're pretty much taking care of this other kid. You're taking on the financial hardships now. You might be able to fix their financial hardships after a while, but that's going to take a long time. It's going to take a while, because you're going to marry this woman, and then you're going to discover all those debts she had hidden in her fucking closet, some dusty ass skeletons waiting. Like, yeah, I'm going to be on that ass. I'm on that ass, right? So you have that. And then now, when you have more kids with this woman, now you got some fucking what's that situation called? What was that? I don't think this happened in Hamlet. Damn, I don't think it happened in Hamlet. I think it happened in, was it Oedipus? I don't remember. But now you have some Shakespearean drama going on, man. You're gonna have two different kids, heir to the throne. They're gonna be beefing. They're gonna be beefing. These half siblings gonna be beefing. Each one of them, and if she has multiple kids, oh my god, that's a whole other story. Now you're going to be accused. If you ever do anything for your kid and you didn't do anything for the other two, maybe it was just an afterthought. Oh, why are you favoring your kid over mine? Like, that's the kind of shit you're going to
That's a weird statement to say, isn't it? Why are you favoring your son over mine? Like,
yeah.
This is a weird statement in general, right?
Crazy, man. Like, look, remember that thing we saw where the guy came to deliver McDonald's to his kid, and the woman was shaming him and cursing at him, saying that he should have. One, he's not with this woman. He's not with this woman. She's mad that he brought McDonald's for his kid and not the other two. He should have brought McDonald's for all three children. And I was just like,
that's just basic decency, bro. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
Easy.
Basic decency is not fucking, I'm not going to get into that.
Basic decency, bro.
So, EJ, I want to hear your case now for why dating single mothers is an awesome thing that men should be doing.
I didn't say all that. All I did was give you a reaction to what you said, bro. Because I needed to see where you was going. But you made, out of everything you said, it was all fair points. I think I mean, obviously, you're not talking about you were talking about yourself, right? Or you saying you were making a general
No, red
statement?
pill, other red pill guys make similar arguments, but they get into a lot more esoteric stuff sometimes.
I think the kid thing shouldn't be. Or maybe no, I would say the kid thing would be a deterrent, but the financial hardship shouldn't really be a deterrent because a lot of these guys, especially depending on who you ask, they're already looking into doing that in terms of being there for a woman financially.
No, no, no,
Even
no,
if
no.
they,
Wait, come out. Because there's a difference between dating someone who's broke and dating someone who's fiscally irresponsible.
Yeah.
but it's gonna feel the same either way.
No, it's not. No, it's
It's gonna
not.
feel the same either
No,
way.
it's not. Because someone who's fiscally irresponsible will take your money. It's going to
Exactly.
disappear. If
Yeah.
someone's just broke, then it's like, okay,
it's
I'm
not
gonna
just
use
that.
this money.
We're talking
Oh,
about
wait,
being.
wait,
We're talking about being with them though.
EJ, before you go on, right? And I'm going to give you the perfect analogy to describe what Ray is mentioning, and then I'll make another point. Dating someone who's broke is like, let's say they had a hole, and you're just filling the hole, right? You're taking dirt from another area and putting it in the hole. Now, dating someone who's fiscally responsible, every time you put that dirt in that hole, they come and shovel 2 more pieces of dirt out, and the hole just gets bigger. Like over the course of you're with this person, the hole is getting bigger and bigger and deeper because they're gleefully taking that dirt
I
out.
don't.
They're like,
I
oh, he
don't, I
did
don't know.
4. They're like, he put 4 shovels of dirt in there. Let me go take 8 out. Like,
Yeah,
I
because
think.
like like for example, I mean like someone who's just bad at managing their money. They're always in
exactly.
credit card debt. Say you go, like you meet them, they're like, oh, I only have $1,000 of credit card debt, right? But then you go, you pay that off. But then in their mind now, they're like, oh, my man's got money, and they just start racking up, start swiping cards, bro, swiping cards, and you'll be like, why is my credit card bill $2,000-$3,000? And you'll be like,
And then
what just happened?
there's 2 kinds of broke. There's like normal broke where maybe you don't make that much money, but like maybe you're living your life, you're doing what you got to do. Then you have like broke with children is different from being broke as a single person.
That is true.
Broke with children is much worse because like one, you probably got mad debt. That's the first thing. You're struggling to pay your bills, but then on top of that, you have these 2 other mouths to feed. And children eat a fucking lot. They're growing. They eat tons of food.
They're growing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Like you
They're
gotta feed
consuming.
kids, bro.
you got to keep replacing their clothing. If you want them
Or
to
another
have
reason
good
you shouldn't be
schooling,
buying your kids designer. Them things grow like this super fast,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You know how many
yeah.
baby Jordans my mom got, bro?
Yeah, my mom used to have to replace my shoes all the time. She'd get me a shoes, and a week later, I couldn't fit in them.
Yeah, this man got Sasquatch feet. He's wearing like size 14s, bro.
But what were you
That's
gonna say,
crazy.
EJ, before we interrupted?
I don't know. Are y'all gonna interrupt again, man?
Yeah,
Like I
actually,
got
let
all
me
your
get
points out. Get all your points out, man. Get all of them out, man. Let's
Okay,
see.
I don't
No, I'm
want
done.
to
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
invalidate your opinion, but here's why you're wrong. No,
Nah. I think the financial hardship. Obviously, you're gonna have people that is bad at managing money with being fiscally responsible. But you're also gonna have those people that are just they don't have money at the moment, but doesn't mean they're bad at managing money. They just might be working a job that pays, very little, or uh I don't know, they just don't have a lot of money, or like they don't have much money. It doesn't mean they're bad at managing money. I think if they were fortunate enough to be with somebody that could like relieve that pressure, maybe they obviously this is an assumption I'm making on my part, but maybe they will be uh, careful, and maybe they'll go through some kind of instruction from you or any guidance in terms of how to manage that. But obviously, yeah, you're gonna have those selection of people that you mentioned that no matter if they're with a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, they're just not. They're gonna drag your finances down.
yeah,
And the kid part, I think that's probably the best argument you have, because everybody feels a certain way about kids, and then obviously the financial aspect of it, and the whole thing that you were saying about is it really like are you gonna feel like that's really your kid, or are they gonna make you really feel like that's your kid, even if you're willing to embrace it. So you have that at play, but I think if somebody obviously when we're talking to a specific person, they have an idea or vision in terms of how they see a relationship, how they see the relationship going and what they want. So if kids is part of that picture, um, I don't think it really matters if they're theirs biologically. So I wouldn't completely write it off, but if you're somebody that's young, um, very early in your life, probably not making a lot of money, it's definitely a red flag. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you were saying it from like a perspective of somebody that's young, that's still trying to work their way up, or somebody that's already established, or you're just saying it completely
I mean,
anybody that had any all ranges of people.
I would say, generally speaking, as a person in general, I would probably advise not getting involved in long-term relationships with a single mother. The reason I would say this is there's like a lot of baggage you're undertaking there. You know, your baby father, all sorts of things going on there that I just don't think it's worth. I mean, but then again, this is not a this thing goes different case by case. If you
Yeah,
meet a woman and she has a kid and you really vibe with this woman and you like her a lot and she's a good woman and maybe she's doing what she has to do, then yeah, by all means, go for it, man. It's your life. Do what you want to do. Like, it'll probably be okay. Because, you could end up meeting a woman who matches all the prerequisites of every red pill guy, and she's a total fucking weirdo and ruins your life. Like,
Yeah,
it could happen either way.
that's the other thing. Like, you gotta take these things case by case. Like, this is kind of like a general advice type thing,
no,
right?
you guys are definitely speaking from the logical standpoint. Like if you were given a description of a person, single mother, uh, two kids, let's say they collect their unemployment, they're not working, um, like they're just really in a bad situation. Obviously, that looks daunting from the outside, like outside looking in, and we're not factoring in their personality. We're not factoring anything that we know about this person or why they might have an attachment to them. So obviously, just from that standpoint, is something that you would shy away from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, that looks scary. Like if you just told
Would,
somebody, yeah, this is her situation.
would you date a single mother, Young Jay?
It depends. It definitely depends. Like what Ray said, they got their priorities straight. Cause I'm like, if I'm dating a single mother, the financial burden and shit like that, because that's how I was raised. But it comes to a point whether you know whether get your shit together, because as opposed to dating a person that if you try to like help them and they make every excuse in the book not to get their shit together, then it's gotta be that's where you gotta draw the line.
Yeah. You gotta
No,
be like,
I would hate to date someone like that, and then see that they ain't treating their kid right. That shit would hurt.
oh yeah,
That shit
that's
would
another
hurt to
thing.
see that they ain't treating their kid right.
Yeah.
Cause it would really get to the point where I'd be like, yo, how do I call CPS and get custody of this kid? Cause
CPS is ACS, bro,
Child
isn't it?
Protective Services.
CPS?
CPS.
I haven't heard of that one. I heard of ACS.
What's
I
What's
ACS?
think
what's
CPS
ACS?
is a division of APS. ACS. I think
What's
CPS and
ACS?
ACS are one and the same. I think they're one and the same.
Man, we got to get a fact checking guy part of the stream, bro. So I guess Ray could.
Uh, yeah, CPS is Child Protective Services. What would you say? ACS?
ACS, man.
Uh, American Chemical Society.
No, they're not profit though, so they do good work. They do good work, probably.
Oh man. Oh man, sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
they are
thing,
the
right?
same thing.
There's a lot of nuggets of information I think is useful in red pill philosophy, and that's why I think like I do think every man should encounter some of this information and ultimately make a choice for themselves. But then this is where things start to become a little like I remember we talked about this a long time ago too. This is where things start to become a little shaky because some guys they get into that red pill shit, they plug into the second layer of the matrix. They're now in the red matrix, the red pill matrix, and then they're just like, I'm gonna be a dollar store Andrew Tate from now on. And they walk around buying expensive clothes. They put on their stupid glasses. They check women. they check them, you know, like they walk around doing that shit. They're just in the war.
All right. Side note: ACS is Administration of Children's Services. That's what that one is.
Yeah. CPS is like a division of ACS, right?
Yeah, they're the same thing. It's just different acronyms.
Yeah. So yeah, you got these guys who now they're warriors. They think they're warriors. It's like what I was saying, where everything is a meme and your crusade is entertainment. Because like in their mind, they're fighting this battle for the future of humanity, right? They're defeating these blue pill beta sims and these what else? These ethos and these crazy feminists. They're saving the world. The world needs real men. That's how you that's how you save the world. We need real men to come back. But it's like I find this shit so goofy and ridiculous because it's like I said to you guys. When I hear these idiots saying feminism ruins society and all this dumb shit, and society's ruining, feminism is ruining Western civilization, I'm like, bro, if you thought that's what was ruining Western civilization, if you thought that was the end of civilization as we know it, you are a fucking idiot. And you've been on the Kool-Aid for too long because come on, man. Like people have been talking about the demise of Western civilization since the 1970s. Like it's not new stuff. George Carlin's entire routine for his most of his life has been making fun of our government and how stupid it is and the dumb things we spend money on in our society as a whole.
He would always be exclaiming, "Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't give a shit."
So like you're sitting here thinking this thing plaguing us is feminism and I remember something that Coach Greg always says that kills me. So I remember he was talking about the black community, right? Or as he calls it, the community. And he was like, yo, he said something that had me dead. He's like, it's 2020. And I forgot what time he said. It was like 2021, I think. He's like, it's 2021. And the big debate in the community is whether or not he should buy your kids Happy Meals. The community is doomed. The community is doomed. That's what he said. And I thought I was like, he's right. Like that's the defining debate. He should buy my kids Happy. That's what they were going back and forth about on the internet. I'm like, really? That's what we're talking about here? All these problems going on? It's like, I don't know, man. Because like, you guys remember that argument I got in a little while ago with another commentator who would pretend we share the same opinions, but we don't. Like he's on another side of the spectrum. He's just the same thing as these red pill people, just the other side of the coin. And I'm not gonna say his name, not yet, because we're not big enough yet. We wouldn't survive this. But anyways, I remember I got into this thing with him where I was talking about the problems making it hard to build stable relationships in modern times. I don't really think it has a solution. Like I don't see society swinging back all of a sudden unless something rash happens, right? And like his solution was, I guess, go to church and there are stable relationships in church. And like, okay, whatever, you fucking idiot. But anyways, that's why I feel like the red pill offers a lot of anxiety. Like once you get past the initial stage of seeing things as they are, maybe seeing some of the problems of society, right? It's when you get to the solution part where things get a little muddled because each of these idiots have a different something they think is the solution, right? And none of it makes any fucking well, some of it makes more sense than others, but a lot of it doesn't make any sense. Because if you follow like the whole masculine frame types, where now you gotta walk around, you gotta check your woman, you gotta keep her in check, like that shit's retarded. Like, why would you want to live your life?
That is tiresome.
Yeah, what was that?
It's tiresome.
Tiresome. Yeah, you're raising a kid. You are the single mother now. You're a single mother. You have your own kid. Like maybe no one should date you now because you have a fucking child at home. So you got those people. Then you have the other alternative. You can become like a city boy and just just go about fucking everything you get your hands on, right? And that shit in itself can fuck up your life because you can catch a case. You can catch a case if you're not using protection. You could get fucking AIDS or something. Like anything can happen to you. right? Heck, you could end up running afoul of the wrong girl who's like vindictive. Heck, look what that story Ref was telling us, where that girl was pretty much had him in a situation where there were two men she was fucking with. Like that could have went south really bad. Those
Really
guys
could
could
have.
have, yeah, they could have fucking murdered this nigga or something crazy. Like shit like that happens. Murder over like lovers happens all the fucking time. Like it happens a lot.
Happens too often.
Yeah, too often. So you have that. The passport bros, I mean, I would just say that's quite an undertaking to literally go to a whole nother country and a whole nother. I feel like it's dangerous. I feel like it's something that can make you lose your life or something if you don't do that the correct way. You know what I mean? Because my
They already living
God,
their best life, bro. I don't know what
yeah, I
else to
mean,
say.
they're free to do what they want, but I personally wouldn't like if I ever did passport bro stuff. It would have to be like quick, in and out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not settling down and having no wife and kids in a whole nother country. Like I think that is a little no, I don't know, man. I just don't. I mean, I don't want to have kids or anything in general, or a wife. So maybe that's why. But I don't know. What about you guys? Would you guys ever do that? Would you guys go to another country and have a whole nother like woman and children there?
You're
Because
asking for a lot. You're
would you
asking
guys?
for a lot, bro.
That's a lot.
Man,
That is a
I'm
lot.
afraid to even travel to another country. So you talking about
I
a
see
whole nother task on top of that, raising a kid and having a wife. Oh yeah, it's insane.
scared to get on a plane. So that
Never be able to see them.
You don't gotta see them. It's okay. You can Skype them. You can Skype your wife
It's
and
crazy.
kids.
You Skyping your kids out here, bro?
But yeah, it was when you get to the solution part. But it's like the thing I think is the mistake in finding out about the red pill stuff, having all these things exposed to you, realizing that there are things about the world that aren't as clean cut as you're told, right? And a lot of things you were taught is false, right? Like, a lot of things these red pill guys will say are true, right? Where you're taught if you're the the happy go lucky nice guy, you're gonna win the girl, all that kind of shit. Sometimes that can work, but it's for the most case, no. That's not how things work. Like the world is a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Dark. Yeah, right, more rough and dark than you think. I mean, there's a lot of happy things out there too that you probably aren't privy to as well. That's the one thing the red pill might put a shield over you that lets you not see the good things about the world. And now you're just focused always on the anxiety inducing things that get you angry. But I think the part of the problem is these people lock themselves into this red pill thing. They don't realize that you can grow beyond an ideology. Like you could, like, for example, right? There are bits of stoicism that I agree with, but there are many other philosophies that I also agree with. Like, even though there are many stoic tenets that I believe in and still recite in my head to this day and like help me get through the day and like just through life in general, I wouldn't call myself a stoic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are many other philosophies. Like you have Epicureanism, you have like Descartes, you have like Schopenhauer, you have Nietzsche, all these kind of people, right? There's so many different philosophies you can heck, I was just Dostoevsky. You have a whole bunch of people that you can borrow all sorts of interesting ideas from. And that's where I think the true way to unplug from the matrix, I don't think it's to I think it's like you consume the red pill or whatever. You get exposed, you go through red pill rage, you go through grief, you go through loss, you go through all the stages, right? Then you move on, you grow as a person, you evolve, and then you reach I think the ultimate state is actually to be like as Bruce Lee says, to be like water, to be
Be
able to
Walter
move
White
in a
once.
what was that?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, to be able to move and adapt quickly. And like not this is not to say not to not stand for anything, but you have like general principles that you believe in. These general principles guide you. Like it's like Goop from fucking from fucking Ben 10. Like the hover thing that guides his goopy alien form around. Those are your general principles. And your body is the goop thing. You adapt easily. Any situation you're in, you know how to adapt to it. Because you have that framework, but you still can move around like for example, right? I can talk to almost anybody And that's why this shit, it amazes me so much that people get so mad at me about simple conversations because I don't do that. I can talk to all, you know how many times I meet shit tons of super lib people? Like these red pill guys, they'll literally be like, they can't even go on dates with like a liberal woman. I was like, I don't understand how that, like to me, that doesn't make any sense because I was like, I don't really care about her politics. I mean, I guess it's a little different if you're going to marry them, but I mean, I don't think I'd want to marry a conservative woman anyway, to be honest. But whatever. That's for another day. But it's like you should be able to have conversations and exist in different environments easily. Like it should not be something where you force yourself to lock into one philosophy and this is how you must live. And you can't like you're just trapped within the borders of this philosophy. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, yeah, no, I don't. Well, I don't go out of my way to go have conversations with those kinds of people. Well, people I disagree with in general. I do think it's kind of goofy if you can't talk to them. You know, like that is a weird idea. It's like, oh man, this person, they believe that fucking stoplights should be green. Like, I can have a conversation. I can figure out why they believe that. You know, like what's going on in your mind right now. I'd have that conversation. I might not want to hang out with them all the time if it's just like such a large part of their personality. But
Yeah.
to just completely disregard that kind of person is weird.
I mean, I think that's part of the problem by design. They want a decided they want a divided society. They want people to be at each other's throats all the time over like these simple disagreements. Like
It
they
does
don't
feel
want
like
you to
that
be
very
able to.
often,
Yeah.
where it's like you can't say anything with any type of nuance. I can't be like, oh yeah, I don't really like, for example, like yeah, I don't like chocolate. People are like, yo, bro, I can't believe you said you hate chocolate and want to murder everyone who likes that. Like, I can't believe you said that. I was like, what? What? It's like, yo, I can't believe you are sitting here advocating for the genocide of chocolate. I'm like, what? What? How did you hear that? How did you hear that, bro?
Yeah, like that conversation when I was talking about the Valentine's Day. That's how it felt. Like I was saying my personal things about Valentine's Day, and they were acting like I was saying like I was saying we should just murder anybody who celebrates Valentine's Day. And people who celebrate Valentine's Day need to be executed. They act like I was like some kind of Valentine's Hitler or something.
You were the
You
Grinch.
know, it's
You were the
like,
Grinch of Valentine's.
one of them actually said that. No joke. They're like, it's like he's the Grinch of Valentine. That's what they said. I was like, in order to
You
do that, that
gonna
means I'd
steal
have to,
everybody's happiness, bro.
yeah, I'd have to start a mission. Like the Grinch was on a mission. I was like,
You gonna go to CVS and you gonna rip down their Valentine's Day signs like no one gets to be happy.
and at the end, my fucking heart grows 2 times its size. Oh my god! And I remember a long time ago, I had a conversation with someone about like race, and I forgot what I said. Just something about I forgot what I said. But all I know is they jumped to start. They were like, "Oh, you want some white supremacy shit?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like yo, bring that all the way back, cause no.
That shit was crazy. I was like, "White supremacy." I was like,
I ain't learned that in class yet. You
I
didn't
was like,
get to
"Yo,
that
what do you mean
chapter, bro.
white supremacy?" I was like, look." It's like white supremacy. What are you talking about? It's like, why the fuck would I want to live in a world of white supremacy? Are you nuts? I was like, can I just not? It's like, is it possible for me to have an opinion without, like, if you have an opinion that differs from the norm, you must be some lapdog looking at the white man ankles. You looking at his feet. It's
That's
like,
right, Ruckus.
no, why? We just disagree. How about that? We just disagree.
Nah, cause I'm right. So if you disagree with me, you must just be wrong, and I
Yeah.
can't believe you're that wrong, bro.
I mean, that's the thing. You can't just not be. It can't just be something as simple as that person is wrong, and you go on with your life, right? That person is correct. It has to be that person is wrong, and you know what? They're also evil. They're an evil, monstrous person for being wrong. They should die. Like that's how people act when they disagree with someone. Like we know a guy who, man, when he like the people he
We
disagrees with,
know a
he be
guy
acting
who.
like yeah, you when I describe this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Remember,
I
he
don't know
said
nobody.
something once, and I said that this was the craziest thing I ever heard, And I remember when he said this shit, I guess he thought we were gonna agree with him, and each and every one of us was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" When he was like, "Oh, I used to like want to be like an assassin. Like I used to think like I could assassinate the Republicans or some stupid
Oh
shit." And he was like,
yeah.
"I'm willing to kill for my beliefs." I was like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is
I
wrong?"
don't know why he said any of that, because he not that guy, bro.
That's
He was not that guy. His pronouns were he, but not him, because he
not
was
that
not
guy.
You're
him.
not that guy. You're not that
He
guy.
was definitely not that person at all.
Yeah, I was like, one, how the hell were you even gonna assassinate anyone to begin with? But then it's just like, imagine thinking that. Imagine being a normal person. Like that's some domestic terrorism shit right there.
Yes, that shit will get you put on the list. He should
Yeah,
have been on the list.
Some Huey Freeman shit.
that shit's crazy. When he said that, I remember I looked at him. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy, man." I was like, "Why?" I was like, "That's nuts." I was like, "Wouldn't you just be part of the problem?" I said that to him. I was like, and he was like, "No, that's a bad argument." He's like, "That makes no sense." I was like, "No, you. If you're," I was like, "So," I was like, "Okay, so explain this to me. Your thing is you're saying that there's an organization that supports the conspiracy of disseminating wrong information that incentivizes the death of certain kinds of people and that kind of stuff. And your solution is to start an organization that does the same but to the other people. That's the solution to the problem.
Well, yeah, it's like fascism is wrong unless I'm in charge, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That.
Like
But
being a dictator, no one should be a dictator unless it's me, type shit.
yeah, yeah. And that's the thing that, really makes this red pill thing why I think it's decaying and why I started with the red pill is dead. The next time they shine your capsule in the sky,
Your
don't go.
capsule. That's
Yeah.
like I know that's
Don't-
what pills are about. Oh,
yeah.
it's a weird statement.
Next time you see your capsule in the sky, don't go to it. The red pill is dead. Bury it. Like fucking Superman. But it's like they think the solution to the problem is doing the same thing that the women are doing. It's like, oh, we're gonna be aggressive, back to them, and that's gonna fix everything. And like, what about the normal people in the middle who are looking at the both of you thinking y'all niggas are crazy? And now they're never gonna want to get in relationships because they're like, yo, apparently everyone's fucking nuts.
You know, everyone's crazy, bro. Everyone's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like, cause like it's crazy. The world we live in, like what we were talking about, that girl that I was telling you guys about, that she's like her boyfriend shouldn't be allowed to watch porn because it's cheating on her. And I was like thinking about that from the other perspective. Like they would call that shit abuse, but with her apparently it's okay. And I was like, why should she be allowed? I remember she got mad at me for suggesting that she was controlling his behavior. I was like, but that's what you're doing. You're literally telling him something he cannot do that does not impact you whatsoever. Like him deciding to rub one out to some chick on the internet. Like, what does that do? Does he like fucking take some of your life force with each nut he busts? Like, what's like, what happened?
No. It's that she was taking some of his life force. So every time he's not with her, she it's like the Rapunzel story, you know? She's not there to sing the song and get the glow. It's just not working, bro. It doesn't
I mean,
work.
like, part of why that shit was funny is because so like I was thinking about this earlier on my way home. She said that it's different if he looks at women, right? But it's different if he looks at women. But then I was thinking in my head, I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. Because when he's looking at another woman, he's not looking at her like, oh man, I bet she butters her toast. No, he's thinking in his head, I want to fuck that woman.
Wait,
That's
no,
that's
wait,
why
time out,
he's
time out.
here.
You be buttering your toast, bro?
You don't butter your toast, yo. Go ahead, yo. What the
No,
fuck kind
nah,
of
you
psychopath?
gotta see your way out of here, bro. We a
What
jelly
kind of
household, bro.
psychopath?
We put
What
jelly on
kind of
our toast, bro.
psychopath eats toast without anything
No,
on
no,
it?
no, I didn't say that. I said jelly. We put jelly or jam.
Come on,
Yeah,
that's
so you saying you a sweet nigga?
okay.
Nah, bro. What the fuck? Why would you
Nah,
do
that was
that?
too good.
Why would
He
you do
got
that?
you with that one.
Why would you
He
do
got you with that one. That was good. I didn't even get the chance to say anything. I just had to let him be.
I didn't even know what to do. I had no response, bro. I was like, oh fuck, I'm caught. Checkmate,
Yo,
bro.
you're like, he got me.
Nah, dead ass. I
Oh, in
was
that
like,
way.
fuck.
But yeah, he's not looking at the guy like the woman like, oh, I bet she butters her toast in the morning.
You're not looking at the guy.
He's not looking at the girl like, oh, I bet she butters her toast. No, he's thinking at her like, that woman is hot. I would have sex with that woman if I wasn't in a relationship. Like that's what he's thinking as he's looking at her, right? Or not so directly like that, but that's like the undercurrents going on in his head. So what's different from him looking at the girl on the internet and thinking the same thing? I was like, he's doing the same thing. I was like, if anything, him looking at the girl and finding her attractive might actually be worse. Because then there's always the chance that he could decide to, go for it and take the bullet. Just go for it. Like, you know what? Fuck my girlfriend. I'm gonna go chat that girl up. like, so he's never gonna meet fucking Lana Rhodes ever in his life. Who knows though, man? That bitch just be walking around apparently. So maybe he might meet her. Yeah, but he's not an NBA player, so he's never gonna have sex with her. But Ray kind of touched on something else that I think is necessary for growth. You have to be willing to confront knowledge that yeah. I'm gonna wait for Young Jay. Could you take it a little easy with the crackers there? It's like
Bro.
no, because it was just mad. It was mad crunching with
That gotta be a short, man. That gotta be a short somewhere.
Oh my god. Well, anyways, what was I even saying? Oh, you got to be willing to confront knowledge that might conflict. Because I feel like part of the reason why I'm able to like come up with like interesting ideas and that kind of stuff is because I will think about an argument from someone else, but I'll like think about it very deeply, so deeply to the point that I'm like, what if this person was right? And then I'll like go through the things of what would happen if their argument was right and what would make it right. And the reason why accepting an argument at face value is dangerous to some people, why it scares them so much, is because it has the possibility of changing your mind. And that's one thing people are fucking terrified of, is having their minds changed. They act like changing their mind means they're gonna die, like a part of them is gonna die and never come back. Well, there have been many things that have changed my mind.
Changing your mind means that you were wrong.
Yeah, and no one likes being wrong.
No one likes being wrong, bro. Imagine being wrong. Couldn't be me. I'm never wrong.
Because I've changed my mind about a lot of stuff.
Because you're
over
wrong.
time.
Loser.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's not even like I'll look at something. I'm like, okay, that thing may work for some people, but it's just not for me. Like like that's something I'll try something. Be like, yeah, that wasn't for me. That wasn't. Oh, look at that. Young Jay had to take He's trying to flex on us with his hairline. He's trying to flex his flesh haircut on us, bro. And you think we didn't see you picking it? You don't gotta be disrespectful like that, bro. It's like.
No, finish your point.
I've been growing my hair for weeks.
Yeah, but a lot of these red pill guys, that evolution scares them. It's like they want to hold on to it. Like I remember this guy made an interesting point about people who follow. You guys know who Hamza is? You ever heard of him?
I have.
This Indian guy. Yeah. So a lot of the people, they follow Hamza's words to the T, man. Hamza says something is like beta, and they'll stop doing it because it's beta. Hamza could say drinking water is beta, and like a good chunk of his audience would stop drinking water because it's beta. You're only supposed to drink soda. Just a goofy ass example of this. I remember I saw a video the other day, and it was this guy saying that when you frown, it increases testosterone. So you got to be mindful of your facial expressions. And I was watching that video like, yo, what fucking reality are we in right now? I was like, did I wake up in a TV show? I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like this man saying I gotta be mindful of my fucking facial expression. Like, who the hell wants to live like that? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, people, right? Like, someone somewhere wants to live that way, and that's how they're getting away with this shit.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, it's the thing where it's like, they need this shit, man. It's like prime rib copium for them. Like, they have to, it's like, I remember the guy made the point. It's like, these people are your mothers. Like, it's big mommy energy. That's what he was saying. He was like, you're asking these people to, like, do all the emotional work for you. And I was like, he's right. Like, you're looking at these guys for all this advice, and it just becomes weird. They're coddling you, you know? So that's why a lot of these red pill guys don't want to evolve beyond the red pill thing, because it's a comforting environment for them. and they're scared of what lays beyond it. They're scared of giving up some of those ideas. You know.
They should be.
You guys got anything to say about that?
No, I agree.
Man, just
Goofy.
put the red pill to bed, man. No one need it. No one needs it. I
Stop
don't need
listening
it.
to men on the internet for advice.
What was that?
Stop listening to men on the internet for advice.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it gets to a point where it needs to stop. Yeah, like even I I go through phases where I'll be like listening to a lot of philosophy information, and then I stop because I feel like I'm consuming too much of it, you know, and then I'll take a break and stop doing it as often because it can get to the point where now you're just like absorbing all this information, and it's like you need to get back into the real world and touch grass a little bit every once in a while, right?
GSS.
GDSS. Yeah, these
That's
guys
our
are
favorite thing to say lately, touching grass, man.
touching.
And you're not talking about smoking weed.
No, I'm not. Go outside, take your hand and put it on some soil. Grab grass,
Man,
sample
not
soil,
everybody
bro.
got access to grass, bro.
All right. Cap.
Well, he's right. Not everybody.
Thank
Nah,
you.
Cap.
Thank you, Vanguard. Please.
Cap.
Thank you.
No,
Cap.
they
He
said
called
you
a
have
cap on
to
In
that.
the
travel
US?
quite a distance to get the grass.
In the U.S., you got some grass. In the U.S.,
Where
at
you
least.
find
You
the
gotta
grass,
travel.
bro?
Well,
You
you,
gotta get on
nigga,
the
you
bus.
live across the street from a park.
He
Why you
does.
asking me? Why
He
you
lives
asking
across the
me?
street from a park. I know that nigga Vanguard. He down the block from a park. We live in New York City. There's a park.
We
There's a
not
park
talking
within
about
a
us, Cooley.
5-6 block radius.
Those niggas in
And
Utah.
Utah.
What about
Come
them
on,
dudes?
bro. You gonna tell me niggas in Utah don't got no grass? You telling me
What
the
about
people
the
in
dudes
Middle
that live in
America
the
don't got no
projects?
grass, bro? Them niggas
Utah
don't got
live-
nothing but grass out there, bro. Don't talk
Niggas
to me.
live in the desert. What are you talking about?
Nah, bro, they got grass out there. It's okay. Actually,
What
no.
about them
There's
dudes in the
literally a thing in
projects?
Nevada where they are building desert cities. They are pumping a mad. Bro, don't get me started on the
You see
crazy shit they
Rango?
doing out there
You
in
see
the desert,
Rango?
bro. Don't get me
You see
started, bro.
Rango? You see
What you
Rango?
do? Rango, yeah, you see Rango. He have no
That happened
grass.
to Rango. That happened to
What's
Rango.
he supposed to do?
Yeah, and they had grass, bro. He had to go walk and find it, but he didn't know because he didn't think about going to look for some grass. Go look for your grass, bro. You gonna find it. You gonna
That's
find
the
it.
message of that movie. Go look for your grass.
Call up your dealer. Be like, I need to touch some grass. I need to touch some grass.
But
But
talk to me about not having no grass.
yeah, it's just like
If you don't know grass, you can sample some
I'm just saying the kid that live in a project building that got to go to school early in the morning, come back out. I mean, get out of school and go home. Where he finding grass on his way to school? Like,
If he lives in a project
where he
building,
finding grass?
if he lives in a project building, there's a park right outside his house.
Surrounded by straight concrete, bro.
Nah,
You see
there's a
grass?
park right outside his house, bro. They got grass at the park.
yeah, but what about the
So
convicts?
I could literally go outside and touch grass.
See, the convicts that's in front of the crib, that's a different conversation, but that's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, he tried to get in and out. He not trying to go be outside touching no grass where they catch him slipping. Next thing you know, he's not only is he touching his grass, but his fucking brains are touching the grass too because the guy put one through his head.
What about the guys on house arrest too, bro? Where they finding grass, bro? They got to order a plant.
Yeah, they better order some plants.
Yeah, some of them really need to because have you seen those videos with those idiots cutting off their own ankle bracelets? And if you know the story behind cutting off your ankle bracelet, the moment you start fucking with that thing, the police are on their way. So by the time you cut through it, they're at your door waiting for you.
He's like, they never gonna find me. They just like put their hand on your shoulders, like, all right, come with me.
Oh my
Man,
God.
that's a hard existence, bro. Having an ankle monitor, you announce it to the world you locked up, bro.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
if you have an ankle monitor, you probably did something to deserve getting an ankle monitor.
It's better than being in fucking jail. You know?
I
And
don't
look,
know
I
what's
know
better.
that the U.S. justice system
You-
does some fucked up shit.
You
But
think
if you got an ankle monitor, you probably did something to deserve the ankle
you
monitor.
think having an ankle monitor is worse than being in jail? Are you
I
If you
mean,
have an ankle
if I
monitor,
got an ankle,
you probably have a history of running or some shit. Every time you broke the law, it's like you have a history. Go state to state or something.
Yeah, your name was Barry Allen. You was,
Yeah.
you was out. But
What's the hypothetical for today? I'm curious.
Wait, I want to ask you guys something before we get on to hypothetical. Do you guys think the red pill should be buried?
Yes.
Bro, you know I don't do drugs.
So, what would you guys suggest men do to better their lives in
Honestly,
regards to, or even if they want to get females? Let's say the main thing is
look,
to get
man.
women.
Honestly, men just gotta start having more conversations with more men and stop being
Man
so.
up, man. Stop relying on the internet.
No.
That's a
Man
great.
up.
Just like have
Have more,
conversations with
build
your
more
local.
bonds with fellow men around you. That's
Yeah,
one
bro.
thing.
It's really that shit.
And ironically, talk to more women.
Yeah. Ironically, if you want to talk to him, you gotta talk to him. That's weird. I don't know. I never thought about that before, but
If you want to understand women, right? That's your thing. Talk to them. You don't
Ask them
just
for advice.
no, don't
do
do that. You gotta ask women for advice.
Yeah, we're getting canceled. Yeah, I guess you can't go to women for advice.
I
I
mean,
guess we're getting
depends on
canceled.
what you're
It's
asking.
it's been a nice existence.
Nah, bro.
It's been a nice existence.
If you're asking women for advice on how to get other women, come on, you know the classic saying, bro. You don't ask the fish how to get fish.
What
You
about
ask
moms? Has moms
them.
ever had reliable advice? Have you
Yes,
ever gone to moms for?
mothers are great because mothers have already gone. One, you're their
Exactly.
son.
Okay, so that's a woman though. That's a woman.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
it's
say
a
I didn't say
specific
women you would
subset.
try to queer. I was just saying any woman.
It's
I
a
say
specific
women.
subset of women. Mothers, one, they want the best for you. That's the first part. Then two, they've already been there, done all that. They've been through all the bullshit. They know all the tricks. They're not playing no games anymore. They're at that time of that age where they're very honest. And they're gonna tell you straight up, you'll never, if you want to talk about red pill information, go ask your mom about women stuff, and she'll tell you the most red pilled shit you ever heard in your life. Real fast. And she'll say
Bro,
that shit casually.
if you want
Off
to
the
find out
cuff.
if someone's good for you or not, tell your mom about them, bro.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
that's another
if
thing.
you telling your mom about your friends or your boyfriend, and your mom really genuinely just she's like, I got her bad feeling, believe her,
Yeah, she's probably right. Probably right. Yeah. That I was just talking to someone about that. Who I was saying to her, I believe, like I forgot. Someone asked me a question, like if your mother were to choose a woman for you, would you think? And I was like, you know what? To be honest, I was like, probably. I was like, I feel like if my mom, she would go through a bunch of prerequisites when choosing this woman. Like she would think
Yeah,
about
my
it.
mom is picky, bro. My mom is
Exactly.
picky.
I was like, she would
Bro,
choose
my
a woman that
mom.
was
I'm my mom's baby forever. I'm her
exactly.
firstborn son. Yeah, nah.
If my mom was trying to find a woman for me, she would not just have to be attractive. She'd have to be attractive. She'd have to be good for me now, good for me in the future. She would be thinking ahead, like she'd be on some thinking of the next 10 years of my life. Shit. Like this would be the perfect woman. My mom would find the perfect woman. So those are the mothers perfect. Fathers are different.
Your
Where
dad's gonna tell
father,
you how to crack a few.
yes,
He's gonna tell you
yes.
how to crack a few. Straight up.
Father's gonna give you the information. If he's not like an annoying, if he hasn't been like,
You know,
what's the
we're
word?
always assuming that they want the best for you in these situations.
Yeah. If he's not domesticated, he'll give you some really
If
good
he's not
information.
domesticated.
He'll give you the information in secret. Cause like he'll tell you the stuff like when your mom's not around, he'll look at you and be like, "All right, so here's what you gotta do."
He's
Like
probably
he's
gonna ask
very,
you, he's like, "What you trying to do here, son? You trying to woo this girl, or you trying to woo this girl? You know,
yeah, yeah. No,
mileage may vary. Is all I'm saying.
the best person to ask for advice when it comes to women, if you're trying to crack, don't ask him for advice if you're trying to commit. Your uncle.
Yeah, I was thinking, go ask your uncle. Your uncle's gonna tell you some shit you never
Uncle
heard of in your
will
life.
give you the best advice on the planet.
I don't know what it is
Where I
about
got my
uncles.
advice. Where I got most of my advice. Shout out to him.
Your uncle will turn you into a Riz champion in a week. Yo, you guys saw fucking Spider-Verse? Hey.
Bro, Uncle Aaron. Your uncle is probably also doing some illegal shit, so it checks out.
If you need some
Thanks.
help dodging taxes, go ask your uncle. Your uncle's gonna know.
Why is everyone's uncle doing illegal shit? Why? What is it about being your uncle? Your dad's not doing illegal shit, But the second his sister gets a kid, he starts doing illegal shit because he's somebody's uncle now.
Yeah, he knows the role he must now accept.
You're not an uncle if you're not playing it dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Your uncle. Imagine your uncle's in a married relationship. He has 2 kids. Your sister has a kid. He's like, "I'm sorry, little one, but I must go now. I must now accept
It
my
just
role."
fades into the darkness, just starts turning.
He just transforms. He disappears.
Like he got bit by a vampire. You just see him transform.
The fucking Dracula music starts playing. Oh my god, he's like, "I'm sorry, my love, but I must go to the darkness." Anyway, let me tell you a funny story about my uncle before we get to hypothetical. I remember one time I saw him do the funniest thing ever. He went to a store, right? So he had an extension cord that was messing up. He takes the extension cord, he looks at the brand. He goes to the store called Brandsmart USA. If you're from Miami, you know what store this is. Good deals on a lot of stuff. Got me a PSP from that place. It was very cheap too. Um, he goes to the store, he finds the exact brand, then he buys another one. He goes home, he puts the broken extension cord in the wrapper, takes the receipt, goes back to the place. He's like, "Hey, I bought this extension cord and it didn't work when I got to the home. Like, this is crazy. Like, you guys can't be doing." And he gave his money back. I remember me as a little kid seeing him do that. I was like, "This is the coolest guy in the world."
Like, oh man, he just scammed them suckers, bro.
I thought that shit was so cool when I was a kid. I was like, "Damn, I never seen nothing like that before." You know? Like, that was like some shit out of a movie to me.
Like
I
you still
mean,
don't see nothing like that.
there's some shit out of a movie. One you
Oh
shouldn't be
my
watching.
god. He did shit like that all the time too. He loves haggling. Like, this
That's not
man went.
haggling.
No, I'm saying I saw him haggling in
From
Macy's.
it. Far
I've
from
never
it.
seen anyone in my life haggling in Macy's. He was sitting there in the Macy's haggling, getting free stuff. He's looking at the guy. He's like, "Oh, you don't think I could get the other thing?" And the guy's like, "No, I can't give you that." He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, he's like,
No, I've
and
seen
the
my
guy
dad
just
do
kept,
that. I've seen my dad do that. Bro, my dad was just in the Target. He was chatting up the worker, and next thing I know, he got a discount. I was like, "What the fuck just happened, bro?" They were like, he literally walked in. He asked them where this one thing was. They just started chatting it up, laughing, and then he's like, "Yo, don't tell nobody." He started entering the discount code. I was like, "What the fuck?" And this was before the price match guarantee shit. So like, he really did just like get this guy to just give him free shit for no reason.
I can't wait till we become old enough to be able to do stuff like that. Yeah. Before we move on, I was just saying, I can't wait till I reach that age when everything is a comedy routine. Because I was sitting there in the office with these other 2 people, and this older guy comes by. He comes and it was just joke after joke every 10 seconds. He's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm a doctor today," and he's like making all these jokes, and he was enjoying it, man. He's laughing like, and like I'm laughing too because it's funny because like a lot of them are very corny like dad jokes, and it just reminded me so much of like my uncle or like other men that I've been around that it made me laugh. The girls are just like, but I'm dying of laughter. Like the whole thing is hilarious to me. And I turned to them like, man, I can't wait till I become that old and I could like do that. I could just enjoy life like that and just make jokes all the time. And it's like I'm the main character of the show. Like that shit's gonna be so fucking awesome.
It's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be so cool. Flash forward to me in a fucking wheelchair, like it wasn't that cool. It wasn't that cool. It's like, damn, it's not what I thought it was gonna be. Fucking getting up in the morning and my bones are creaking, and I was like, I want to be young again. I changed my mind. But what was the hypothetical there, EJ?
Oh, I thought you guys had one. Oh, all right. Well, let me see.
The dead silence was perfect. Then we both just You're the
All right,
hypothetical man.
I thought of this one today. If someone you know had 2 important places to be at, and they choose to go to the place you're at,
Nah, you gotta wait. So
Like,
they have two important places to be,
Yeah,
and they choose
you're
to
at one
come
of
to
them.
me,
Yeah, you're at one of those places.
and then they tell me that about the other place. Do I like respect them more?
Like they're saying like they basically tell you like, yeah, I'm missing something else to be here.
Ah, bro, why the
Something
fuck you
else
gotta
is
say all
there.
that? why
it's a
why'd you
weird
gotta tell me
thing.
all that?
It's a weird thing to just mention out of
It's
nowhere.
like, because I personally, I would feel like you're telling me this, so I would like because you would want me to feel better, and I'd be like,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
could have
How
gone
would you
over there,
look at this?
bro. You could have gone.
Yeah.
You could just tell me. Just let me know. Don't. I don't need all that.
Yeah.
But
If
that's me
I
personally.
I'm not telling you to make this great sacrifice for me. Who am I?
Yeah.
Right? Who am I?
Like, shit, you walk in, you already telling me about the place. Like, damn, sounds like you don't want to be here, bro.
what about you, Young Jay? How you feeling about that?
I mean, if you gave the other person a place that you're supposed
Uh,
to be at, and you gave them your word that you would be there, and you're here with me and shit, I'm like, what the hell is you doing?
But
I
wouldn't they have
appreciate the
given you
gesture.
their word too?
I mean, it would be different if they did give me their word, but I'm like, yo, you
He's cursing too much.
where are you trying to be? You know?
Yeah.
I would just, I don't know. I'd be looking at you weird.
so your respect for them will go down.
Nah, it would stay the same. I'll just be confused as to why they're telling me this.
And I'm like, what's up?
Nah,
Cause it's like that hero that does it. That's what made me think of this question. It's like a hero that does a good deed for someone, but then says that they're doing a good deed, and it's like you want to be acknowledged, like you want to be celebrated, or
like, hey,
like you
buddy,
don't. Yeah,
I just
like
saved your life. And you're like, okay, thank you, I guess.
yeah, like it's kind of like clout based. Like you need some kind of attention or award for it.
Some booster gold kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I think the thing that would make my respect go down, it depends on what they left, right? So if he's like, yo, man, it was my mother's
Maybe
birthday.
wait, hold on. Maybe not the respect for them as a person, but respect for I guess that sacrifice or that action.
No,
Does that yeah.
my respect for them will go down if they're like, yo, man, I missed my mother's birthday to be here. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, it was my mom's 50th birthday. I came here instead, bro. I'm like, yo, if you don't leave right now,
Yeah, no. You missing your mom? You missing mom's birthday, bro? Yeah. I'm gonna need you to check yourself out.
But what if they like, man,
Yeah.
I had to be there for you, man. You were day one, you real, you know what I'm saying? I had to be a
How
real
about day
homie.
one
Like
if you abandoning moms, bro?
isn't your mom the
I see what
ultimate
you
day
care
one?
about.
Yeah, but
Shouldn't your mom be the ultimate day one? She was literally
you not
there at day
gonna
one.
Nah, before day one even, bro.
Yeah, true. You weren't
before it
even
was
a
officially a
concept.
day. Before it was officially a day.
Yeah, you weren't even a concept yet, man. You were just now. You were one little fucking microbe about to evolve, but she was there. Oh my god. Like or something like yeah, like something like that. If it's like a thing that I like, it depends on what I invited you to. Like if you came out to drink with me, and you should have been like it like your girlfriend uh like your girlfriend was having like some I don't know some let's say it was her time of the month, but it was a very bad time. Like she was having some extreme situation. You're just like, yeah, man. I left my girlfriend, bro. She was crying in the bed, and I had to come support you, bro. I'm like, yo, what? She's like, yeah, man. She was suffering, bro. She was begging me not to leave. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's weird. Especially
What
if
it
like you're
what
on
it what
good terms with your girl. I'd be like, yo, wait, like, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, how am I supposed
yeah.
to enjoy myself now?
Yeah, now she's gonna hate you for no reason. You had nothing to do with it.
I was thinking about that I was thinking about the episode for Everybody Hates Chris where he's supposed to take this girl to the prom and like he liked her and he ended up abandoning her because his best friend was going through like some emotional shit. Like I forgot what the situation was, but he ended up abandoning his date so he could go find out where he was at and go
That's
like support him.
that's a good question. All right, if you're on a date and your friend is in like a really shitty situation, and like you're the only person that can really help him. You're his last hope. Do you go and help him? Do you
I've
leave your
literally
day?
done that already.
Yeah, you did.
Damn,
Literally already done that.
that's a good
So do you
question.
go do you
It
go do you go
depends,
tell the guy
though.
like I'm missing a date for this, man? You
No,
couldn't get over your shit.
no, I did not
It's
tell him
really,
what I was
it's really,
doing, bro.
It was a joke. I'd probably say it as a joke. Like
Maybe later.
make light of the situation. Yeah.
Like,
But do you say it to like so he could respect your
no,
loyalty to him more?
nah,
If
I
he
did
starts
not.
acting ungrateful, then I'd be like, yo, my nigga, like seriously, bro. Like I was about to get some prime rib poon and you
Bro,
ruined
but
it.
like, there's been several times where I'd be hanging out doing something, and someone called me like, "Yo, bro, can you get me right now?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, be out." And depending on the situation, I might just bring the friend with me, right?
You
Like,
get
Because if it's me, I'm not bringing that up. Like it doesn't do anything for me. Like
you
if I
get
really want to gain your respect, why would I mention that? Like I had to do a good deed for you to respect me.
bro,
you
if
get
if we're
there.
already friends, if I've
Yeah.
gone to this length for you, I'm not trying to gain your respect. Like in my mind, like we should already have mutual respect for each other if I'm doing
You
this
hear
shit,
that?
for
You
you.
hear that, gang? Ray doesn't respect his friends. I was just
Nah, what? I just said we already. Anyway, I'm
You,
gonna end the stream. Fuck you
you
guys.
should you shouldn't have to constantly show your loyalty to someone. I think that's
I
that's
agree
the
with
issue.
that. I agree with that. But what I was gonna say though, you get to the place to pick up the person, like I was just testing to see if you would come.
Nah, I would
What
be
the fuck?
tight. I'd be tight. Then I'd be like, yo, I was doing something. I'm not even saying what it was, but I was like, yo, I was doing something, bro. Like, what the
And
fuck?
what if he's like, you could have just told me that?
No, nah,
So,
because
I wouldn't have
especially
done
it
that.
depends. Like, if they ask me, are you doing something? I'd be like, depends. Like I've had one of my friends ask me. She'll call me. She's like, oh, are you busy right now? I'm like, depends. If you want me to hang out right now, like leave my house, yes. If you just want to talk, nah, we can chat. Like I'll let them know. It's like what's going on. I've
Because
had people
sometimes it
like
could be your own
call
fault.
me
It could be your own
crying
fault.
though, and then I'm like, all right, nah,
Yeah.
bro, like I got you. Like what do you need? It's different.
Yeah, it could be your own fault because you over here putting else something aside, and they never told you to do that. They
Yeah,
never
that's
asked
why
you to do
like
that.
like
Yeah.
I gauge the situation on the phone before I just be dropping things. But
Yeah.
like you could kind of tell. Like one homie called me, said he was in jail. I was like, well, not in jail.
What?
He said he was like at the police station, and bro, yo Vanguard, you remember this? I was fucking like half
Oh
asleep.
yeah.
I was like, you dead ass, bro? He was like, he started yelling. He was like, yes, nigga, the fuck. I had to go pick him up.
Hey, you think this shit's funny? You think I'm just gonna call you up in the middle of the night making jokes like this?
Yo, it's because what happened was he got robbed, and they took his phone and started messaging me on his phone. So I saw it and I was like, this is some goofy stuff. This must be like a joke. And then he called me and he was like, disregard all of that. I'm actually at the police station. Please help me. And I was just confused. I was like, is this a really long joke? Like, what's going on?
He started yelling. That shit woke you up more than a cup of coffee. You like, oh shit.
You see that, EJ? I traumatized him. That's my kind of humor. That's something I
No,
would
that
do.
ass. I was like, this is something you would do. Like, this seems to be a real long con. I was just like, look,
But
man,
here's the
I'm
thing.
not in the mood for this right now.
Those guys must have been real assholes to steal his phone and then start messaging me. That's some dickhead stuff.
Bro, yeah, it was
Nah,
some
that
kids.
sounds like
It was
something you
some
would do. That
kids.
sounds like
It was some
Huh?
kids.
that sounds like something you would do, honestly.
I would steal someone's phone? No. I would never steal someone's phone.
No, I think he meant the messaging people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me to get to that point, I have to steal someone's phone
You
first.
probably would.
Now you
though.
remember when people used to
probably
leave
would.
their fucking Facebook logged on in the computer lab, and you're like,
Yeah, yeah. It's not far from your, from your ways. It's not far from your
But
ways.
at least when it was like, all right, they let their Facebook open in the computer lab. I'm not putting them on no national list or anything.
Yeah.
Most I'm
You know,
doing is
maybe a
like,
few
LOL,
jokes
kiss
and
and boys, and you call it a day.
Yeah, you just see me. You see their. I look over, see their Facebook messages open. I'm just like. But one more thing, you guys already know that I also did something like when my version was not as noble as what Ray did. Remember that date I went on where I invited I invited Rep and Rep showed up on the date And then the girl was mad, so I already proved bros before O's.
Trash individual.
Oh man,
Trash
she was
individual,
so
bro.
mad. But hey, I'm about to go on a date with that girl again, so worked out.
All ends well that ends well, right?
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
Yeah, hopefully you don't steal her phone. And anyways,
catch you same bad place, same bad time. Keep your phone safe, because you're gonna get messages from crime or sent out by criminals if you don't. It had to rhyme. You know, it's like
you gonna have to put in that Vanguard software protection.
Vanguard software protection.
Sounds like a real
Vanguard
software protection.